All right, let's talk about this. We put so much energy into getting that job offer, right? The interviews, tweaking the resume, the back and forth on salary, all of it. But what happens after you sign on the dotted line? That's what we're digging into today. The most critical and honestly, the most overlooked part of any new job.
Wow. This quote, it just hits you, right? Joining is easy, surviving is hard. It's such a powerful and maybe even a little scary idea because all that excitement from landing the new role, it can disappear fast once you're dealing with a new team, new expectations, and a whole new set of politics.
Yeah, exactly. You got the yes, you've told everyone the good news, but honestly, the real work hasn't even begun. So many of us look at that job offer as the finish line, but what if? What if it's actually the starting gun for a way more important race? So let's unpack that first part. Why do we all have this idea that just getting in the door is the hard part? Well, it all comes down to where we put our focus.
I mean, just think about it for a second. The entire world of hiring, I'm talking recruiters, candidates, the companies themselves, it's all geared towards one single moment, you accepting the offer. All that energy, all that money is poured into getting that yes. And when it happens, it's like everyone just breathes this huge sigh of relief. Mission accomplished, right?
But, and this is a big but, that single-minded focus creates this huge, massive blind spot. And it's right inside that blind spot where things can start to go sideways really, really quickly. And this quote just nails it. It shows that this isn't just you or me making a mistake, it's baked right into the system. Most companies' hiring models literally just stop the second you accept the job. The whole process is built to fill a seat, not to make sure the person in that seat actually succeeds. The machine grinds to a halt right when you need the most help. Okay, so this slide breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you have the common way of thinking. The key moment is the offer, and the goal is just to get hired. Done. But the real focus, where we should be looking, is completely different. The key moment isn't one day. It's the entire first 90 days. And the goal isn't just getting the job, it's actually succeeding and becoming a real part of the team. And that gap, that space between getting the offer and actually getting your feet on the ground, that is a total danger zone. It's where you can misunderstand the culture, pick up bad habits, and where those first impressions, good or bad, get locked in for good. Seriously, failing to handle this period is a huge reason why so many new hires just don't make it. All right, so enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. We have to shift our focus. This isn't just some probation period you have to survive. It's what we call the 90-day proving ground. So what does that actually mean? Well, think of it like this. The first 90 days is that critical time for fitting in and setting the right impression. And honestly, it's what's going to determine your long-term success. It's not just about learning your tasks. It's about strategically setting the tone for your entire career at that company. I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. This isn't just a trial period. It's the real interview. The first interview, that got you in the door. But these first 90 days, this is where your boss, your teammates, everyone is watching to see what you're really made of. They're not judging you on what you said you could do anymore, but on what you're actually doing day in and day out. And this right here, this is the big mental switch we all have to make to be successful. It's not just on you, the new hire. It's on the company too. The focus has got to move from just the deal of hiring you to the actual process of making you a successful part of the team. That's how winning is done. Okay, this brings us to the final, and honestly, the most critical point. Why does all of this matter so much? Because this period, these 90 days, this is where the game is either won or it's lost. So what does that actually look like on the ground? Well, it comes down to three things: your actions, your alliances, and your early wins. They're what set your entire career path at that company. For your actions, it's all about learning before you leap. Seriously, talk to your manager, clarify every expectation, and just absorb the company culture. For alliances, you've got to build your network, find out who the key people are, and start building relationships. And for early wins, find a small but visible problem you can tackle right away. That's how you show your value from day one and build the momentum you'll need for the long haul. And there you have it. That's the bottom line. Success isn't decided when you ace the interview. It's not decided when you sign that piece of paper. Your long-term success, it's all decided in those first, critical, make or break 90 days on the job. So, I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. Your first 90 days are coming, whether it's next week or next year, that clock is going to start ticking. This is probably the most high-stakes period of your entire career. So, are you going to treat it like the finish line? Or are you going to treat it like the real starting line? Do you have a plan?